The smash hit musical Wicked is, well, wicked good. It's the sensational story of what happened in the land of Oz, told from a different perspective with a backstory that makes you question who really is the good witch and which one is the evil witch in the story. It's coming back by popular demand to the Benedum Center this month. Post-Gazette theater critic Chris Rawson is here with more on Wicked and what else is coming up on stage. Good morning.
So this is really a wonderful time of year because it's been dead theater-wise after the holidays. People are recovering, but also local theaters have to rehearse and get going. So it's the quietest time of year. So I'm here today just with previews. I've got a big theater, a medium theater, and a small theater to talk about, plus a couple of specials. But obviously the big theater is Wicked. Nothing gets bigger than a big Broadway traveling show. And I'm looking at you thinking, you are Glinda, the little bubbly blonde in Wicked, the good witch. You said I should try out.
If I could sing, maybe I should try out.
Oh, well, that would be necessary, yes. The first shot we saw in the video there was Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, who, the Wicked Witch of the West, you know, who in the show turns out to be good, of course, and Glinda is not so good. It's a really interesting remake of the story. It's the prequel, as it were, to The Wizard of Oz, because later in the story, Dorothy and the animals start showing up.
And I am really excited for this to come back to town because I actually have never seen it.
Oh, golly. Oh, golly.
Yes.
Well, you really need to catch up. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it. I didn't know there was anyone who hadn't seen it, actually.
Because a lot of people have, and I know a lot of people go back to see it again and again because they love it so much.
Yeah, it's been running for 15 years on Broadway, about 6,000 performances, and I don't know how many times it's been to Pittsburgh. This is an extra with the Broadway series. You don't get it on the series. You have to buy an extra ticket.
Very good. Now, at City Theater, you have something coming up there starting January 20th.
So Wicked was my big show, obviously, and City Theater my medium show. It's really one of the two big resident companies in Pittsburgh, but it's a medium-sized theater, about 250 seats. And they're doing The Absolute Brightness of Leonard Peltier, a story play that nobody knows about because it's new. And it's a one-man show starring a wonderful actor here, called, oh golly.
Keith Randolph-Smith?
Thank you, Keith Randolph-Smith, who I actually know because he's done a number of August Wilson plays around the country and on Broadway. And he plays a small-town detective who's trying to find out what happened to this teenage boy named Leonard Peltier who's disappeared. And it is a play that City Theater calls heartwarming. In the course of it, the actor plays all the parts of the people he investigates and interviews.
That seems like it would be an interesting show.
And then our small theater is Bare Bones.
Rules of Seconds.
Yeah, Rules of Seconds. It's a play about dueling set in 1850s Boston, although it's as though written by Quentin Tarantino. So it's 19th century and 21st century mixed. The actor here named Cotter is his last name. He's a well-known actor who's been in a TV series called Mindhunter.
Right, which was filmed in Pittsburgh.
Right, and he's actually moved to Pittsburgh because of that, and he's making, I guess, a local
name for himself, it sounds
debut
like.
By performing at the Bare Bones Theater, which is a small theater. It's got 70 or 80 seats. But I want to show you a picture. This is a play by John Polono that they did a couple of years ago, which was a gritty, powerful play. That's their old chairs in the picture. They've got new chairs now. They've spiffed up the place. And here's a subsequent play they did. And if you look at it, you'll see there's about 5 or 6 different acting areas all across the stage and in back and up above. So that's a tiny stage which becomes big because of the imagination of the theater people.
Wow, and that is actually in the back of Superior Motors.
That's right, it's in Braddock.
In Braddock.
It's one of the things that's going to help bring Braddock back. The restaurant, the theater, other things happening there.
That's what they're saying. Pittsburgh Symphony, there's something new coming January 20th.
This is kind of special for me to be talking about. One night only, January 20th, Lift Every Voice. You see Felicia Rashad there. She's there because one of the centerpieces of this event is a new musical, a new symphony, an August Wilson symphony, and she does the narrative. reading pieces of August Wilson's plays as part of this symphony created for the Pittsburgh Symphony by Catherine Bostic, who also, here's the composer, she also plays a piano piece which is dedicated to August Wilson, and then there's a piece which is dedicated to Teenie Harris, the great photographer. There's a Hill District choir. It's a one-night only, January 20th, event, which I don't think people should miss. I'm certainly not going to.
We actually have her on the show next week, so that'll be really cool. And I know while you're here, you also wanted to talk about the annual trip to London for the Post-Gazette.
I do. People only have a week or 10 days to sign up. We go to London the second week in March 4 to 11. We include 3 plays. We stay at a really good hotel. We have walking tours. We give them a subway and bus pass. I take them on tours to various museums and so on. We have Bryan Cranston as the lead in one of the plays. We have Jeremy Irons as the lead. Here's Bryan Cranston, and Jeremy Irons is playing the lead role in A Long Day's Journey into Night, which is an optional extra on our tour. And as I say, there's really only about 10 days left to sign up, and Gullivers Travels is the name of the those are the people who organize the tour for the Post-Gazette, and you call them and get more information, or you look in the Post-Gazette this Sunday when we'll have an article with a lot of information about it.
Okay. How long have you guys been doing this annual trip?
That's a good question. I think since
it must be a while then.
Yeah, 1984, something like that. So what's that, 30-some years?
That'll be 33. It's the year I was born. Okay.
Yes, Heather, you came as a baby. I remember. We had you, the bubbling blonde baby.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Well, thanks for being on with all these great previews. Chris Rawson, senior theater critic for the Post-Gazette and regular PTL contributor. Thanks again for being here.